Wall Street is going to be completely overtaken by XRP. And believe me, I'm not just making wild guesses here. Allow me to explain why this is taking place and why you should give projects like this your whole attention. The thing is this, we're seeing something enormous. The cryptocurrency projects that will succeed the most are those that address pressing issues that all of the major financial institutions are frantically attempting to resolve. What issues? Tokenization and stablecoins are two words. These aren't merely catchphrases. They serve as the cornerstone upon which everything else is constructed. Tokenization becomes your playground after you master stable currency. DeFi then unfolds like a treasure trove. Consider these to be the master keys to opportunities worth trillions of dollars. This is when tokenization becomes fascinating. There are currently $180 million worth of tokenized assets in the XRP ledger. Here's the worst part though. This isn't just a static figure. In just 30 days, we're looking at a 52% growth rate. The XRP ledger has developed into an amazing center for anything you can think of, which is why I'm obsessed with these figures. You name it, foreign government bonds, stocks, real estate, US treasuries, stablecoins, etc. The exponential proliferation of tokenized assets on these networks is astounding. What's truly grabbing my attention though is this. As if there were no tomorrow, stocks are pouring into the blockchain. Do you want to see what's already taking place? Major players including MicroStrategy, Tesla, and Exodus are already trading on the chain. The SPY is present as well, and the big players Nvidia, Coinbase, CSPX, Circle, Google, and Apple are all now residing on the blockchain. This isn't a thing for the far future. At the moment, stocks are being tokenized at a rapid pace. This is precisely the type of transition that requires our hawk-like attention. Furthermore, it doesn't end there. Even index funds are starting to move to blockchain networks. This is completely crazy, guys. The largest financial revolution in history is about to begin. Additionally, Bitwise's CIO, Matt Hogan, has provided us with some amazing information. Even this man, who is passionate about cryptocurrency, was astounded by how absurd it was. Here's the real kicker though. Hogan's most optimistic crypto document to date. No stranger was using Twitter to hype things up. The stinking head of the SEC himself wrote it. Thus this week, SEC Chairman Paul Atkins delivered an amazing lecture titled American Leadership in the Digital Finance Revolution to the America First Policy Institute. Really, you should read this now. When it comes to investing for the next 5 years, it's essentially a crystal ball. Atkins presents a stunning picture of the direction that financial markets are headed in his address. He's talking about everything, including equities, bonds, dollars, and everything else that eventually lives on public blockchains, like Ethereum. DeFi will play a significant role in our future, and cryptocurrency assets are creating business opportunities we never would have imagined. The absurd thing is that the only thing halting this transformation was the complete lack of enthusiasm on the side of regulators. However, this has completely changed, indicating that we are looking at some quite optimistic prospects for networks like these. This is what will drive their explosive expansion. And it's absolutely worth keeping an eye on XRP. Tokenization is the key to the entire process. Ripple has published an eye-opening post about tokenization. They claim that tokenization is revolutionizing the way that international banking operates and is not merely a fleeting trend. With bank-level security and custody mechanisms in several locations, they are demonstrating how real assets are currently moving on-chain. We're discussing trade finance, structured financing agreements taking place throughout Southeast Asia, agricultural loans that are providing farmers in Latin America with access they never had before, and treasuries and money market funds in Europe and the US. Furthermore, they are tokenizing real estate on the XRP ledger via a system called Control Alt and Land Department. They show why custodial solutions are essentially the foundation of this entire tokenization revolution, and break down a ton of other use cases as well. What's actually fascinating, they claim that traditional assets like equities, real estate, government bonds, and gold are all being transferred to blockchain networks. And in reality, this is increasing liquidity, increasing transparency, and granting common people access to markets that were previously only available to the wealthy elite. The problem is that although everyone is talking about tokenized goods and pilot programs that are making news, this extremely significant portion is little discussed. We're discussing digital asset custody, those incredibly reliable institutional-grade security solutions that enable tokenization to function in practice rather than just theory. Thus, crypto custody services and tokenization are essentially laying the foundation for a whole new type of financial system. At the core of it all, Ripple is accomplishing precisely that with XRP. We are actually witnessing a revolution in tokenization on a worldwide scale. RWA tokenization is rapidly gaining traction in the main financial sectors, and each region is addressing unique obstacles. Consider Europe and North America. To help firms manage liquidity and increase returns, they are utilizing money market funds and tokenized treasuries. To address these significant gaps in the capital markets, DZ Bank recently launched a digital custody service for cryptocurrency securities, such as tokenized bonds. We've previously discussed a few of the projects they're working on in Latin America. Right. However, analysts predict that the entire value of tokenized real-world assets may approach $19 trillion by 2033. The value of tokenized stocks and real estate alone might exceed $2 trillion and $3.7 trillion respectively. Nor is this entire change occurring by chance. Conventional organizations are evolving. The rules are becoming more obvious. Security is solidifying. People can now experiment with digital assets much more easily thanks to stable coins. Do you want to witness the tokenization of real estate in action? Hong Kong is taking significant action. Together with Fubon Bank, Ripple used the XRP ledger to tokenize real estate. I believe that was in 2022 or 2023. Tokenizing land ownership is another initiative that Colombia is pursuing in close collaboration with their Ministry of Information and Communications Technology. Fraud is being reduced and transparency is being greatly increased. With a strong emphasis on real estate tokenization, Ripple is already supporting all of these genuine projects globally. Dubai is joining in on this as well. And guys, consider this. Over $300 trillion, if not more, is the value of the world's real estate market. Here we're discussing a completely significant change. What is at the heart of it all? The ledger of XRP. In other words, Ripple has essentially created an all-in-one tokenization ecosystem by supporting stable currency on and off ramps, digital asset custody, and XRP and the XRP ledger managing tokenization. This is where things start to get interesting though. How does this position XRP to take over Wall Street? Well, have a look at this. SEC Chair Paul Atkins claims that Silicon Valley and Wall Street firms are actually standing up at their doors requesting to tokenize items, according to watcher guru Justin. Who is making it happen? Wall Street is fervently hoping to join the chain. Businesses are jumping in, such as Robinhood. Wall Street is going to undergo a radical transformation because to stable coins, banks are no longer the only target of cryptocurrency. It's targeting the entire system, including expensive art collections, stocks, real estate, private equity, and more. The worst part is that the US is only one signature away from significantly strengthening the dollar going forward with this new stablecoin legislation. Vlad Tenev, the CEO of Robinhood, was spot on when he observed, "This technology has limitless potential." Imagine our entire financial universe being transformed into something as straightforward and potent as an app store. Instead of trying to stay up with everyone else, the US wants to take ownership of this transformation and isn't interested in playing second fiddle. And you know what? Already, that fuse is sparking. Look at this, please. In the near future, a significant portion of the financial services sector will be powered by crypto technology. Additionally, the US must take the lead. We are in charge. And notice that this isn't just a stranger speaking. This comes straight from Robinhood's CEO. Here we truly need to understand what that means. One of the biggest names on Wall Street is providing us with this intelligence. 25 million users use Robinhood's platform to trade equities and cryptocurrencies. That is a significant influence. In essence, he is stating that the greatest financial revolution in history is currently taking place. On the chain, everything is changing. The SEC is supporting this as well. What they're saying is the same. Everything is in motion. In July, Vlad Tenev made a shocking statement. Tokenization may be the most revolutionary development to disrupt the capital markets in a decade. As you may have seen, SEC Chairman Atkins spoke about tokenization in an